Welcome to Pumping Python. My name is Jacob Itegboje, and this is the attribute error, which is raised when there's a reference to a name that does not exist in an object that does exist. An attribute is a name for something that belongs to an object. For example, human beings have attributes like height, weight, sex, and color. Time to write some code. I will open the Explorer, then with Control and tilde on the keyboard, open a terminal. On Windows without subsystem Linux, /make python tdd.ps1 attribute_error as the name of the project. On the other operating systems, /make python tdd.sh. attribute_error. Enter to run it. It makes the folders and files that are needed, installs packages, then runs the first test. When I Control Option click on the file name, it opens in the editor, and I'll change true to false to make the test pass. Change the class name to match the capwords format. Capital A. Remove the underscore, capital E. Then enter at the top of the file after the import statement, import source.attribute_error. Come down to test_failure, change that to test_attribute_error_w_variables. Change the next line to say source.attribute_error.variable_00. This is like an address. Variable_00 belongs to attribute_error, which belongs to the source folder. So I'll open it, grab AttributeError.py to put on the left side of the editor, close the Explorer. The file is currently empty, which means this variable does not exist. So I get attribute error. Module source.attributeError has no attribute variable_00 in the terminal. Hashtag attribute error in the list of exceptions encountered. Then I'll add variable_00 to the module. This gives me name error. Name variable_00 is not defined. Hashtag name error in the list of exceptions encountered. Then I'll point variable_00 to none. And the test passes. I'm going to do this a few more times as a drill. Source.attribute_error.variable_01. The terminal shows attribute error. I will add variable_01. And the terminal shows name error. Name variable_01 is not defined. Equals sign none. And the test passes. Source.attribute_error.variable_02. The terminal shows attribute error. I will add variable_02, point it to none. And the test passes. Source.attribute_error.variable_03. The terminal shows attribute error. I will add variable underscore 03 equals sign none. And the test passes. DEF, test underscore attribute underscore error underscore W underscore functions, parentheses self, colon at the end. Source.attribute underscore error dot function underscore 00 parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. Module source dot underscore module source dot attribute underscore error has no attribute function underscore 00. I will add function underscore 00 pointed to none like I did with the previous test. And the terminal shows type error. Non-type object is not callable. Hashtag type error in the list of exceptions encountered. Then DEF to the left of function underscore 00, parentheses, colon, enter after, return, remove the equal sign, none. And the test passes. Drill time. Source.attribute underscore error dot function underscore 01, parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. I will add DEF function underscore 01, parentheses, colon, enter, return none. And the test passes. Source.attribute underscore error dot function underscore 02, parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. DEF function underscore 02, parentheses, colon, enter, return none. The test passes. Source.attribute underscore error dot function underscore 03, parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. I'll add DEF function underscore 03, parentheses, colon, enter, return none. And the test passes. DEF test underscore attribute underscore error underscore W underscore class underscore attributes, parentheses self, colon at the end. Enter after source.attribute underscore error dot capital C LASS dot attribute underscore 00. The terminal shows attribute error. Module source.attribute underscore error has no attribute a class. I'll add DEF capital C LASS parentheses colon enter return none. And the terminal shows attribute error. Function object has no attribute underscore 00. Enter twice after the colon. I'll add attribute underscore 00 pointed to none. And the terminal still shows the same exception. This is because I cannot get to a variable that's inside a function from outside the function. For this to work, I'm going to change this by using the class keyword. The terminal shows syntax error. Return outside function. Hashtag syntax error in the list of exceptions encountered. Then I'll remove the return statement because this is no longer a function. And the test passes. Okay, next line, source.attribute_error.aClass.attribute_01. The terminal shows attribute error. Type object a class has no attribute_01. Did you mean attribute_00? No, I didn't. I will add attribute_01 equal sign none. And the test passes. Source.attribute_error.aClass.attribute_02. The terminal shows attribute error. Add attribute_02 equal sign none. The test passes. Source.attribute_error.aClass.attribute_03. The terminal shows attribute error. Attribute_03 equal sign none. And the test passes. df test_attribute_error_w_class_methods parentheses self colon at the end. And after the line, source.attribute_error.aClass.method_00 parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. Type object a class has no attribute method_00. I'll add method_00 pointed to none. And the terminal shows type error. Non-type object is not callable. def to the left of method_00 parentheses and colon to the right. Enter return, remove the equal sign. And the test passes. Source.attribute_error.aClass.method_01 parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. You know the drill. def method_01 parentheses colon enter return none. The test passes. Source.attribute_error.aClass.method_02 parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. def method_02 parentheses colon enter return none. The test passes. And the last one, if you're not bored yet or tired of typing, source.attribute_error.aClass.method_03 parentheses. The terminal shows attribute error. df method_03 parentheses colon enter return none. All tests are passing. I will close the terminal. I ran tests for the attribute error with variables, functions, class attributes, and methods, which are functions inside classes. I also ran into the following exceptions: assertion error, name error, type error, and syntax error. Would you like to test the type error? I'll see you in the next one.